Hey everyone. It's Rose Red and we with the three spiritual chicks, and we are back with season 2, episode 2. Hey ladies, how y'all doing?
Good, good. I am Joy, aka a Joyous Connection.
And I am Jazz, aka Jazz the Medium, or Jazz the Extra Large.
Extra large. XL.
You did not say that.
XL. So y'all, tell me about y'all week. How y'all week been?
uh, Joy, I'll let you go first.
Dang it. I always got
Hey, why? Hey, y'all, why the awkward silence? Both y'all
Because
just sit talking like,
life has been lifing. Okay. Okay. So
Let's see. What was my week? My week has been good. Not too much of anything big happening. I don't think my granddaughter turned 2.
happy
So
birthday.
yes, my Dior. So that was exciting. What else? Um, I'm going to my my college's homecoming, Winston-Salem State homecoming this weekend. Um,
Oh, you about to be outside.
about to be outside with my husband though.
That's even better.
Right.
Let's see what else. I've had a couple different dreams. I'm still been having those dreams where it is where I catch the tail end. Let me tell y'all about one interesting dream though. Um, Hold on, y'all. I got some candy because I'm trying to stay focused. Um, so I had a dream. I was back at college. Um, I can name the people there, which I wouldn't know who was there, but I was with my sorority sisters. We were sitting in a cab. Um, I have this one sorority sister who, as we were sitting there, is one sorority sister. She was sitting out to the side by herself, and I was like, her name's Millie, or her name was Millie, and I was like, Millie, why you sitting by yourself? And she was just like, I've been stressed, Joy. And I was like in that moment, it clicked from it being a dream to me realizing that I was no longer in a dream. I was like, Millie passed. Why are you really here? This is what I said in the dream. Right. And so and she said, I need you to relay a message, if you can, to one of my other sorority sisters who was her LS or her line sister, as well as her best friend. Let her know that she love her, that she miss her, and that she's okay. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna say that to her because I don't know how she's gonna take it, but okay, Millie. And then I woke up. So that was interesting. I still have not relayed the message because I talked to one of my other sorority sisters about it. And so she was like, what that means? She was like, are you gonna say? I said, I don't know, we're gonna see. Um, and that's it. I had another dream, interesting dream about someone else passing. Um, I'm still trying to figure that out. I think I need to reach out to my dad and just make sure that person's okay. Um, and then let's see. Other than that, that's pretty much been my week. Um, yeah,
Okay.
I had my experience today, and then I'll stop talking. Jazz, I was telling Tiara earlier, everybody watching, the singer D'Angelo passed away today, and I wasn't really a true like a big fan of his music or anything like that. I knew who he was. Um, I liked the songs that I knew, but I had something not weird, and I told Tiara I had to get off social media because I felt like I was picking up everybody else's energy. Because since my mom passed, I don't really get emotional when like people artists pass away or anything like that, especially if I ain't really have no connection to them like that. But I got really emotional And then there, I was having some heat, and I don't know what the heck just came over me. It's like my whole body went warm. I had to take off my socks, everything. I was like, let me sit down on this couch right here. I don't know what's going on, but let me just get myself together. Let me put my phone away. Let me not like, let me just focus on something else. I meditated and I was okay. But that was interesting today. I don't know what the heck that was about.
Hmm. That is
Very
interesting.
interesting.
I
Yeah,
always be having weird shit.
No, you don't. Part of your gifts and who you
I
are.
think it's the thing with mediums. Like we sometimes connecting can be like a full body experience. And if you are connected to a particular spirit, they might show you like through how you feel in your body, how they felt when they were close to passing away.
Mm.
Like I remember I did this mediumship reading and I didn't think I connected. I just couldn't figure out. So I'm talking to this lady and I'm like, look, I don't think I have your mother. I don't know. I'm sorry I can't connect. I was telling her I couldn't establish a connection. While I was doing it, I was pulling all my jewelry off my hands. I was pulling my bracelets off and everything. I said, I'm sorry, my hands feel really tight, like they're swollen. They just feel uncomfortable. I took my necklace off. I was like, I feel like I'm swelling up. I'm hot. And she told me that when her mom passed away, she had an allergic reaction when she inhaled some cleaning products and everything
Mm.
swelled up. And you could tell that she was trying to pull her rings and stuff, her jewelry off because it had gotten tight because she had swelled up.
Mm.
And here I am thinking I wasn't connected to her mother, but I was connected to her mother the entire time.
Yeah, we well, y'all already know
Mm.
I'm the sensitive one because I be like, but I embrace it now. I don't run from it anymore. But yeah, I definitely can understand that because I have had experiences where I felt majority of the time I when I'm with the client and doing mediumship, I feel how the person transitioned. So I start having those symptoms of that or their health ailments. So understood. So I'm glad you was able to get off and get yourself back center, break away from that energy.
And it's not uncommon for the body to run hot during transition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tiara.
See, that's gonna make me ask another question, but I'm gonna tell you what that. Oh, okay. So y'all know me. I don't know how deep I want to go, but this week life has been life and experiences, dreams, lessons on this spiritual journey ascension. And right now I am whew, facing. I don't know how deep I want to go, but so as y'all ladies know, offline, I've had several dreams of a family member's transition. Um, and right now, I got the call that that person is in the hospital. So um, that was heavy for me. I didn't know how. I didn't know how I felt. And that's mainly because of relationship stuff that y'all know offline I'm not gonna get into online. Um, but it all also I'm not laughing. I'm more so now I see why my ancestors came in and been on my ass basically. Um, because they wanted to make sure that when I did receive the phone call that I was going to do ultimately what they wanted me to do, but also in terms of what they know is the right thing to do. Um, so I did do that. But the irony of it is it came during a time when I literally I'm still and I had setback. Um, I'm still healing and I had a setback. So I literally was like, I'm not doing anything. I had an event I was supposed to go to. I was like, I'm not feeling well. Um, I'm gonna have to, stay home and rest. So of course I got the call after that, which forced me to not really get I still got the rest that I wanted, but I really didn't want to do it. So long story short, I did the right thing and I went. However, afterwards, when I tell you the internal battle of the Tiara you see today versus the inner child, baby, I felt like I was having an out of body experience and I did not like it. So I had to do some journaling, had to do some mirror work, to figure out what emotions and feelings that I was being presented, and see why certain things I was feeling. Had to take a hard look at myself. So that was taxing, energetically within itself. But I'm proud of myself because I still stood firm on taking care of me. Yeah, I still had to do, I gotta put me first. So I still put me first. So we can talk about that more offline. I mean, yeah, offline. But I did do what I was supposed to do. And things are looking good for that family member. My prayer is I hope that for them, they're doing what the ancestors want them to do. Because, you know, don't mess with free will. So I haven't said anything, and it's also someone that's not, I'm gonna say, accepting of who I am in my journey. So that also makes it um, challenging within itself. So enough of that heavy stuff. As far as, let me share an experience I had with y'all, and it happened at work. I'm talking to a coworker, and I peripheral see, I hear the door, see the figure shadow in my peripheral, and the light gets lighter. So I'm like, oh, who turned the light on? My coworker's like, what are you talking about? The light was already on. I was like, no, the second light just got turned on. Like somebody just came in and flicked the second light. And they were like, no. So I go and I look, I don't see nobody. So I'm like, okay. So I I come back and my coworker looking at me like, you good? And I was like, yeah. So of course they, know who we are. So they was like, did you just see a spirit? And I was like, I damn sure did. I was like, I'm like, so you didn't hear the door? You really telling me the light was already on? So like I could see the silhouette of the person that came through that door. I could tell you it was a man. Do not know who. But after that, I was like, yeah, let me go sit my ass down and get started on my day. When I say it was just, that was a first from, like, granted, I've seen spirits while I'm at work, but never like that. Never to where um the what's the word I'm looking for? The realms are meshing together, if that makes sense. Um Cause I seen my pop before. Like he done walk past and waiting for me to come back to the copy machine. I'm like, nope, I'm not coming talking to you right now. I got work to do. But not to where I actually heard like the physical noises and saw like, yeah, all of that. So that was a different experience. Oh, another thing, I know I hear music. So this morning I woke up hearing Stranger in My House by Tamia. So unsure what that means just yet. And that's exactly how I was singing it, Jazz. Because I was, and getting ready for work this morning. I'm like, why am I hearing this song? So I just did what I usually do, just make a note of it. Because that's what not the first time. I think last month I heard another person's song and I was like, where did that come from? So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And besides school this semester is gonna kick my ass. Okay. I got a lot of work to do. I think that's it for now. Are you, Jazz?
Well, my week has been long. I did have a few visions. Um, I had a vision that I was looking from above, like down, and I just saw and I hate to bring bad news, but it felt real. I just felt destruction. I felt war. Like I saw like those tanks. I saw explosives. I saw planes flying and dropping bombs. And um, I saw the flag of the last people that I really want us to go to war with, and that was the Chinese flag. I saw that. I saw a lot of political unrest. Um, for some reason, in this vision, I had the current president didn't finish his term. Um, maybe an illness or something, but I felt like the vice president stepped up. But it's weird because what the way my vision looked, it looked like he stepped up, but there were like puppet strings, like his moves are being. I'm not into conspiracies, but sometimes I feel like they put someone in that seat that's easy to manipulate and control, and I think that's what that meant. There are like powers that be that have power over our governments, and they put certain people into place to manipulate a certain outcome. I do think that outcome's gonna be war. I do feel like food prices are going to go up and become astronomical. And I do feel like for some countries or for some people, food may become a little scarce. Like it won't be as abundant as it is. So if I were people, I would stock up on things that don't go bad, like maybe non-perishables. Stock up on bottled water. I see the water supplies being tainted, so stock up on bottled waters. Uh, you know, just stuff like that because it's going to get bad before it gets better. And I feel like the government. I don't feel like we no longer have a democracy where your vote counts. I think they're going to make it so that it's going to be one party. You know how like we got the Republicans, Democrats, and we got the liberals, and then whoever we got, it's not going to be that anymore. Um, I think this is the beginning of the end of an old system. And I think that this breakdown is faded and it needed to happen and it had to happen. I knew as soon as he was elected this would happen. I said because people were like mad like oh how's the president? I said well he's a means to an end. That's why he's here. He's supposed to be here. It's supposed to happen that way, whether we like it or not. So we can either get mad or we can face the changes that are coming to make things better. So that was my vision. So stock up on your waters, on your perishable goods, your foods, stuff that don't go bad that you can have for years and it still be good. Certain canned goods and stuff like that. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, my honey just came home from work. So I I also wanted to share an experience. I had went to the eyelash salon. We were out of town, and I was sitting in a chair, and I went blank. And I'm sorry for the background noise. Keep it in. I'm sorry. I'm recording. I'm recording.
Yeah.
Anyhow, um, but I was laying in the chair, and all of a sudden I went blank, and I saw my mom on my left side, my father on my right side, and I didn't see my grandmother, but I felt her above my head. So, um, I muted myself. When I came to it, the lady that did my eyelashes was like, I don't think I could finish your eyelashes. She was like, cause you've been crying. And I was like crying. Like I didn't realize I was crying. She said, yeah, you're like sobbing. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I think so. I'm fine. So she had tissue in her hand and everything. I was gone. I didn't realize all this was going on. She had tissue in her hand and everything, trying to, dry my eyes. And she was like, your eyelashes aren't gonna stick if you're crying. So I asked her, give me a moment. I dried my eyes out real good and I let her finish. So the last time my family came to me like this was when my mother got sick and she passed away. They came to me in 2016, and I remember my grandmother telling me that she was coming to get my mother, and my mother subsequently died in 2016. The new one is my father. So my father died before I was born. I've never seen him. I don't see him often, and when I do see him, he usually typically brings the children that I've lost already. He'll bring them. They'll be with him. Like he'll show me my children. But this time he didn't have my children, it's him by himself. And it's just this overwhelming emotional feeling of loss. But this time they're not telling me who they're coming to get. So I asked for something like, can you give me a sign? Like, can I get a sign? So I asked for a sign. And mind you, before this happened, the night before, I'll try to make it fast. It's a little long, but before the night before, I had a dream that somebody called me and told me that one of my children passed away, and it tore me out my sleep. And then that situation happened. So then we go on about the day. We're at the park. I'm sitting in the car, and a spider comes right down in front of my face. My scary ass. I hop out the car. I'm going crazy. It shouldn't be uncommon to see a spider in my car because where I live at is a lot of trees. It's getting cool outside. So it's not uncommon for them to set up shop in your car, right? So I move over to the passenger side of the car. I'm sitting there maybe 10, 15 minutes later, another spider walks across my dashboard. So I'm like, oh shit, hop out the car, go, hey, spiders in the car. I'm thinking I'm about to go get my car fumigated or something. I got some spiders living in my car. Sitting in the car, maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, the car next to us, a big old spider crawls on the car next to us and just stops right in front of me. Like I'm looking directly at it. And I'm like, so we go on about the night. We get back to the hotel room. I have never seen a bug in a hotel room in my life. I get in the hotel room and on the wall, it's about that big, was a big old black spider just sitting there. And I'm like, it's a sign. So I get on my phone, I Google, symbolism, spider, spirituality, or whatever, right? Usually, how like AI or whatever come up and they'll give you a paragraph and it'll highlight the paragraph. Well, it didn't this time. It just highlighted one word, and the word was fate. So I'm like, whatever is going to come, um, it has to happen, whatever it is. The thing is, the scary part about it is I have no idea what it is. And that's mediumship is a beautiful gift, but when you see, you can see, and when you know. And for some of us, you know, we kind of know ahead of time when a transition going to happen, and some of us we even know our own time when it's time for us to go. The scary thing about this is I have no idea. I don't know if it's my time. I don't know if it's somebody I know. I don't know. So all I could do is, try to get my affairs in order. What you say, Tia? If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. But it's just this eerie feeling that something sudden is going to happen, and I have no control on how it happens, when it happens, or what. All I know is that they're here with me. Besides that, everything's good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Joy gave me her thoughts on it. What are your thoughts, Tiara?
Oh, I should have said it before you called my name because as you was talking, I'm having can we talk about this offline? um First I'm going to say I think you already have um a strong idea of some changes that are going to be happening. Um, I don't want to say that online though. Can I just leave it at that? We talk about the rest offline.
It's a free country, so we think. We got
No,
that First Amendment, freedom of speech, so we think.
man, we
Free
that's
country.
a whole nother conversation. Um,
Are we truly free? Because what's been happening in the government right now is showing that we're not as free as we think we are.
so y'all are I'm the conspiracy theorist. So not only some of the things, obviously we've been having conversations offline anyway. I'm just going to say this in regards to the whole thing you had about the government, and you said something particular about the puppet person being control with the puppet. I don't know. Um, it just brought up. I think it was an X-Men movie. Was it the X-Men? I don't remember which one because it was long ago. But do y'all remember the X-Men movie where at the end there was actual uh being that took over like the president's body?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very That's what came to my mind. So that's all I'm gonna say on that because I stay out of politics stuff. But to go back, yeah, whew, that's heavy. I'm not gonna say what I felt online. I'll say that offline. Um, and then I'm gonna be quiet. But I do have a question that we can bring up in regards to us and our gifts when it comes to mediumship. So I'm a bow out right now.
What's your question?
Oh, I was gonna wait until everybody say what they have to say. I'm sorry. That's what, like I'm about and wait, but one of the questions that I was asked when I was, with us having our gifts, right? And when I shared with them, the visions that I've had, what are y'all thoughts on when you have visions of someone's transition? Do you tell them?
Mm-mm.
That's that's how I
Mm-mm.
felt too. But I just wanted to get like the thought process that you guys had, because I told them
But
I'm
if
like,
it's a family and it's somebody, but if it's a family and it's somebody that's sick, I might tell them to be prepared. But I wouldn't go to the direct person and be like, "You gonna die." Like I got a friend that I'm talking to now. Their mom is like 75. She's in ICU. She's on a vent, and I just tried to smooth them in the preparing. Like, what would she have wanted? Even though I know intuitively the outcome, I go on the nurse mode and I just kind of walk them into it, like a healthcare provider would do. Like what were her last wishes? If this were to happen, how would you do it? Well, the doctor said they're going to do a tube feed. Would she have wanted a tube feed? They said that if they take her off life support, they're going to put her on a ventilator. Would she have want to spend the rest of her life on that ventilator? But I already know if they take the person off, they're not going to survive. So I just try to stress, and this is very important, especially for people who still have parents alive. Know what they want. Get their wishes while they're still while it's early. Because when it's too late, then you get to fighting with your siblings and your family because just know what they want and learn and encourage them to write it down. I strongly encourage that because I told my children, I said, I don't want no big funeral. I don't want a funeral at all. Throw a party, cremate me, and throw a party. I don't want a funeral. And I told them, I gave my kids all the instructions on what happens if I die. I said, look, if I die, don't try to hold me here. Don't put a whole bunch of tube feeds and trachs and all that. Let me go. I don't want to live like that. I don't want to be no vegetable laying in the bed, brain dead because y'all want to keep me here because y'all love me. Now let me go. If I can't eat, have sex, or read, just go ahead, let me go. If I can't do things that I like to do, if I can't watch TV, just let me go. Because best believe, even in my 90s, I'm gonna pop this thing if I can.
you're gonna be like the old ladies you be seeing with the in the retirement home and the dancing videos and busting it. Hey, you still gotta live your life. Definitely, still gotta live your life. So I understand, but yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely.
But one more share real quick. I had a dream weeks ago that I was in this house and it was almost like a cabin, but it was my house. And when I went and opened the door, my house was floating in the water. Like I remember seeing myself walk. I had on these boots because these big old water because it was water on the floor. When I opened the door, it was nothing but water, but around me, my house was floating. I remember it being cold and it being snow everywhere. And I had on like all these layers of clothes and I was walking in this ice cold water and opened the door, I was floating. Did you hear there was a typhoon in Alaska and like whole towns have been wiped out? And there are people who
Mm,
their houses are just floating.
mm.
And I'm like, I wonder if that was what I was dreaming about.
You already know it was. That was your prediction.
Yeah. And it's crazy that I remember in the dream I was asking for help and they were like, FEMA is no long there's no FEMA, there's no help coming. There's no aid coming. And I remember like thinking to myself in a dream, like, I'm gonna die in this house floating down the river. I mean floating down
Hmm.
floating in the water. And FEMA ain't they disbanded FEMA, didn't they?
Well, right
Mhm.
now everything shut down. On top of that, but
Yep.
I'm unsure. But yeah, on top of that, everything being like shut down. So, um,
Oh, it's still shut down? No
Mhm.
idea.
Yeah, I have family members affected. So,
Yeah, I got a friend that works for the government. She's affected.
yeah,
Mm,
they're still shut down.
They did
Um,
release for her to get a partial pay, but she didn't get all her money.
mm.
well, that's good. Because right now, for everybody else, they trying to, don't pay them nothing. Don't give them no back
Now
pay.
when they debating whether they're gonna get the rest of their money or not, because that's the issue. It's a debate.
Mhm, mhm. So,
Now you saying that when this debate, they're not trying to pay the people for this shutdown?
Because
correct.
she worked overseas, so they have like damage pay. They have all types of different types of pay on top of their base pay. So they gave her base pay, but they trying not to pay her all that other pay that she's supposed to be getting for being overseas.
Mm,
Mm,
Bullshit.
yeah, that too. But I've also had, yeah, I hopefully they be everybody that works for our country and that are in other countries right now during this time. I hope they're able to come back home. I'm gonna say that. Hope they're able to come back home
Yeah.
and not be left stranded. Yeah. So hopefully they'll be able to come back home. Like, granted, yes, the pay is important. However, like, because your friend is not here, I hope they're able to come back home with no issues. Especially with,
My son isn't here either.
you said what?
My son isn't here either, so in Italy.
This the one to play sport where see.
In Italy.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Y'all want to get these readings popping?
let's get it.
Man,
Oh,
what you like? Cause yeah.
I ain't starting today.
I'll
I
start.
started.
You said
I'll start.
Oh,
All right. I'll start.
I'm making a
I'll start
man.
with Aries.
Okay.
Okay, so for some, I think this is about career for some of you. Um, I see within the next year you getting a promotion or raise or going to a job or career that is going to be very fruitful and it's going to make you very happy. There's somebody where you work at or where your career is that appreciates all your hard work, and some of you are looking um, at a promotion. Now, look, some of y'all, even though you work hard, you kind of figured about your list, but from when the way the cards look, your work is definitely being noticed, and they're definitely looking at promoting you to the next level. All right.
All right, Taurus. So Taurus, this is going to be in the emotion of the love area there. So Taurus, um, some of the Taurus I feel is going through some transitions when it comes to love. When I'm saying love, they're trying to figure out exactly if you want to go back to stay in this relationship or if you want to kind of cut ties and move forward. It looks like it's been a rough patch for some of our Taurus. I'm not sure if like the communication has been there from some of those who've been in relationships where it's causing you to kind of or make a decision on which direction you want to go in the relationship. Yet it's really not set in stone. You're indecisive on what you want to do. You have feelings right now that you're not feeling like you're being heard, not feeling like you're enough. I also see some heartbreak that has happened within the relationships with some of the Taurus here. Taurus right now, Ooh, you also feeling burnt out. Feel like you didn't gave your all with the relationship. Um, so Taurus, what I'm gonna say for right now is make sure you're focusing on yourself. Don't stay in a relationship, so don't stay in that situation where you feel like you're not being heard or loved just because it's convenient and you're kind of stuck on if you should stay in a relationship when you're not feeling like that's really what you want to do based off of you holding on to some of the old things that has happened in the past. So move forward, make the decision that best fits you um, in that scenario. Because if you continue to stay in that scenario, it's just going to be the same cycle over and over again.
Okay, I got Gemini, right? Gemini. I will make sure I'm not skipping nothing this time. So it's funny because I already pulled the cards and it looks like we are on a love theme tonight. Um, Geminis, what I get from you guys is you are in a should I stay, should I go type of situation in a relationship. You need to get out of your head. Energy flows where energy goes. So what I mean by that, you keep asking yourself the same questions over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you're wearing yourself out. Okay, you're stressing yourself out. You're making more stress for yourself than necessary. With that said, you need to release that energy. What do I mean by that? You need to focus on yourself, focus on what's best for you, not anybody else. Focus on you. And then that will help you make a decision that you want to make in this relationship. Okay. You are going to make some type of release in this relationship. I don't know if you want to release the whole person or you want to release the mindset, but you are going to make a release with this situation. But you need to focus on you, be still, and get clarity. Because you're on a hamster wheel right now when you already know what you need to do. Okay, so Gemini's. Ooh, about to say Taurus.
All right, Cancer. I feel like I'm on this career kick today because we're back on careers again. Cancer. Um, I feel like there are some things that's going on within the workplace that are not being done right. And you may or may not be involved in it, but for some people may be involved. Like there might be some things that you might be doing like not by policy or whatever. And that truth is going to come out. So if there's something wrong being done in the job and you're involved, just letting you know right now that the truth will come out. If you're not involved, then you're safe. But there's going to be a truth that comes out, and it's going to be a changing of the system. And for some of you, I know you're looking for something else that fits you better or suits you better. Maybe what you're doing might be too hard for you, but Spirit is encouraging you to have patience and just keep looking, but don't leave the job or career you are in now until you have a stable connection somewhere else. They are urging you to stay patient. That's all I have.
Leos, this is going to be general. Um, Leos, what I have here is a couple of Leos are dealing with some past trauma, some past hurt that you haven't let go of. It could be family, it can be relationships, um, even friendships, dear. Um, Leos, it's time for you to heal. Um, it's time for you to heal and let it go. Because you've been holding on to some of those ways of some of those feelings of being hurt and some of those traumas that's happened in the past, it's kind of dimming your light. So as Leos, a lot of the Leos, y'all walk in and people kind of want to know who y'all are, but it's causing you to go into your shell. Um, I don't know if you're dwelling on those things and it's causing you to go into a depression. So I think Leos right now, y'all need to focus on making sure that you're healing. Meditate, get back into meditation, get back into things that you really love to do that try to help you come out of that, heal. Even if you have to write in your journals or write it down, burn it, like things that you've been through that has not been healed yet, do that so you can walk out of that. Because like I said again, right now it's dimming your light. Once you step into that season of being healed, then you'll be good. Your light will continue to shine and you'll be walking more into your purpose.
Okay, Virgos. So for the Virgos, I actually have a career reading for you guys. There is you want to change, you're looking for something different. However, you're not believing in yourself. There's a position that you're interested in, but you are doubting yourself. You don't feel that you're capable of um fulfilling that position successfully. And that's mainly because it's outside of your comfort zone. It's something new. Um, but you're getting the recommendation from your within your current employer. But you're like, I don't know if that's for me. Um, you're not sure yet because it's something new. So, with that being said, I see that step outside of your comfort zone and it's going to work out for you. Okay. No more walking in fear. Step into who you are. Okay. All right, Virgos.
Libra. So Libra, um, you've been feeling alone, like maybe people don't want to be around you, or there's some discrepancies within the family. And I think what it's really about is you holding grudges. It's somebody that you have some type of conflict with deep down inside, and it shows when you're around people and it's pushing people away. Um, and it's making you want to disappear, or some of y'all have been isolated from your friends and family. Um, what I'm saying is that sometimes when you're in the middle of a storm situation, it's hard for you to step outside yourself to see like what you're really doing. And what you're really doing is you're harvesting mad at people, and those people ain't even thought about it. I just Your advice for today is just to remember to forgive people, not only for them but for yourself. Because this energy is holding you back from moving on, from manifesting. It's just causing a lot of blockages. Hope that helps.
All right, Scorpio. So Scorpios, this is gonna be love here. I see some of my Scorpios are going through some transitions. When I say transitions, and I'm sorry for using that word, but when I'm saying transitions, what you went through in the past, in relationships, what you went through with previous spouses or previous relationships, um, you've let a lot of that hurt and things go. Because of that, because you did the work right now, Scorpios, um, it is your time to step into a new beginning. I see that some of our Scorpios are going to be stepping into new relationships, and some of that new relationships is going to lead to marriage for y'all. And it's because of the energy that you've put out there. You did the work to work on yourself so you can bring in exactly the partner that you need to have to move into the season of being just in a healthy relationship. Just being in a healthy relationship, in the relationships that I do have that's coming for our Scorpios here. Don't be scared to don't let those old things that or old feelings from previous relationships step in, right? Don't be scared to embrace that. Just make sure you're being open and honest with your partner, on boundaries, on things that you want to accomplish and that you want to have seen in that relationship, and it will work out in the new relationships. So, Scorpios, y'all did the work. It's paying off. Go get your boost.
Does that count for me? My moon is in Scorpio.
Hey, might be.
Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, I got finances for y'all this time. We got a little bit of everything tonight, y'all. So Sagittarius, there is something. There's a financial situation that you are concerned about. However, you're overthinking it. And when I say you're overthinking it, I suggest you change your relationship with money. Break your what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say break the generational curses, but that's not exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty much trying to say break the relationship you have with money, break what you were taught, break how you were raised. we not we in different times. You gotta do things differently now. So the relationship, like of how you were raised with money, break that. Don't think that because of how you were raised or how things were with you when you were younger is how things have to be now, because they don't at all. So that's why I say you need to change your relationship with money. Loving yourself so you can love and bring in that loving relationship with money and finances so everything can work out for you. There's also, I do also see there are some things that you are working on, but you're stressing because it's the dream. So it's like you're shooting for the stars, right? But you're overthinking it. It's already there because it came to you, it's within you. Trust the plan that you have. So, whatever goals, whatever thoughts, whatever concepts have come to you, trust that it was meant for you, because when you move in that direction, it's prosperity. I see prosperity flowing for you. There's a step out on faith, but like I said, after you change your relationship with money. So, don't do things how your mama did them 20, 30 years ago. No, focus on yourself now and how your change your relationship with money. There we go. Stop living in a scarcity mindset. Change your focus to a prosperous mindset. And then that will make everything else flow for you. That's what I mean by change your relationship with money. So that's what I have for Sagittarius.
Capricorn, you about to fall in love. There's a lot of love here, and this love is going to bring a lot of clarity to you, but you're still going to question it. For some of you Capricorns, y'all have been alone for so long that it's just that y'all not really open to it. Y'all are afraid, and because y'all are afraid of opening back up, you can come off confused, and it can cause you to possibly self-sabotage. But this person that's coming into your life is very genuine. They're either an Aries or they're a protector. I see Gemini here too. But they will want to love and protect you. And help, give you clarity. But Capricorn, you got to stop questioning everybody and everything they do and everything they try. Everybody don't have a motive. Everybody ain't out to get you. You know, sometimes it's just truly what it is. It's a blessing. So keep that in mind, Capricorn, and open up and allow this person to love you. Okay. Other signs it might be. So I got Cancer, I got Aries twice, and I got Gemini.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. My daughter brought these glasses, and I just got these replacements, and I thought she broke them again. So, okay, let me get back. Aquarius, I am so sorry. But Aquarius, this is going to be work related. So, for Aquarius in the workplace, I have some of the Aquariuses are going to be going through some changes within the workplace. Um, it's like you're not really sure what direction the job is going into. Um, and they're being really, really quiet about it. So it's being shown to you that things are happening or changing within the workplace, but it's being really quiet about it. Just continue to watch for the signs and watch your back, right? And I'm not saying anyone's being malicious in the workplace, but just watch your back and make sure that you're prepared for what's to come in the workplace. I do have also a card with there's going to with the end of a tough cycle approaching there. So with that being said, it may be a situation where your job may be ending, Aquarius, but in that job ending, don't look at it as a defeat or like, oh, woe is me, it happened, oh gosh, I needed to keep this job, this is my only way of life. No, that's actually going to push you into what you're actually supposed to be doing. There's a couple of things that our Aquarius want to kind of step into, but you've been scared because you've been stuck in this job that's holding you back from really having the potential to do what you actually want to do. So just embrace those changes and just understand that this is going to open you up to what you really are supposed to be doing versus being stuck in a place that is not allowing you to move forward and embrace your full self in totality. Once that happens, I have divinity here as the last card there. So yeah, you'll be walking in divine purpose there.
Okay, Pisces. This is for a single Pisces. This is love. Um, Pisces, y'all all over the damn place right now. Okay. And you worrying yourself to death. For what? Um, with that being said, I see you're on an emotional roller coaster. You've been disappointed in love. But guess what? Guess what the problem is? You gotta take a look in the mirror, boo. It's you. You got It's time for you to sit down, reevaluate what it is you truly want in a relationship. You trying to find it in other people, and that's not working. That's why shit ain't working for you. Okay, that's why you all over the place, feeling disappointed. You happy one minute, you sad the other minute, because you're looking for someone else to make you happy. No one can make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. Okay, and the biggest thing is y'all need to heal. Y'all been going from relationship to relationship to relationship. Throw in a couple situationships in there, it don't matter. Bottom line is you looking to go for someone else. You're looking outside of yourself when you need to be looking within and heal. Like you need to sit down, reevaluate. If you want to go through what didn't work out with this person or what did work out that person, that's fine. But you need to really figure out what it is that you truly want. Okay. Y'all need to sit down for a minute. It's cold outside. No, don't be outside. Sit down and have some time with yourself, and do some healing. And it don't have to be, and let me back up. It does not have to be something, because I feel some of y'all like, what? No, no, no. It can be something simple. Um, and I'm going to say this because I'm picking up on, there's someone who is afraid to be by themselves. You have to learn to be with you before you can be with anybody else. So just start. If you want to be outside, take yourself outside. Date yourself. I'm just gonna say that. Something simple. Enjoy your own time. But the bottom line is you need to figure out who you are, okay? Without the attachment to another person. All right, that's what I have for the Pisces, single Pisces.
Oh, you must be talking to them young Pisces because that's what we be doing when we younger.
Because baby, when I say I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh yeah, all over the place. It's okay.
I want to be in love. I need this other person. Oh, who's the next person? No, get to loving yourself.
Yes, please do. Please. So the energy on that was, ooh, that was a lot. That was a lot. I done had to pull from like three different decks over here because I'm like, is this real or am I tripping? You know?
Well, it looks like this concludes our episode. We're right at the 1 hour mark.
Oh,
I
we
would like
did
to thank
good.
everybody for tuning in. Huh?
I said we
What'd you
did
say,
good.
T?
I said we did good.
Uh-huh.
We scared to
Yeah.
them.
I would like to thank everybody that tuned in. As always, we appreciate you guys. Peace.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all.